power. You've reached a point where you can think of coming to a ceasefire deal, and you're saying it could be temporary. But I want to understand from you that you mentioned the Hamas, the Houthis, the Hezbollah. What about Iran? Do you see that there's a continued threat from Iran? Because, the world doesn't know what is its nuclear capability, how close or far it is from a nuclear weapon. What is the assessment, since Israel considers Iran the axis of evil, so to speak?
Iran, unfortunately, still constitutes one of the most dangerous threats to the region, not just for Israel, but for other countries in the region, especially the pragmatic countries that want to concentrate in stability and prosperity, because they are promoting their radical agenda and they are aspiring to get nuclear weapons, despite the fact that they are members of the NPT. It's completely ridiculous. I think that now they understand that the world is not going to cooperate with that. They are in a weaker position, but we cannot underestimate that, because that can change. I hope that with the entrance of the new administration in the United States, more pressure would be put on Iran to try to make them change course and stop constituting that threat on countries in our region.
You were part of Israel, US, China task force, right? Prior to this, you were also, you actually were leading very critical, important missions. You were also ambassador to the United States.
DCM.
To DCM, yes. And, also foreign policy advisor to Prime Minister Netanyahu. Therefore, I want to understand from you at this point of time, to what extent, when people say, well, Israel has the might and the support of the United States, after all, there's a regime change. And many are also now saying that, well, this has been prompted by the regime change. So with Trump coming in, what changes in this entire scenario?
Well, we have found always a way to work with any American administration, whether it be Republican or Democrat. Yeah, from time to time we can have differences. That's very natural between friends. We are sincere in the way that we debate them, but at the end of the day, we always get to a compromise and to a solution. So we managed to do that with the Biden administration. We've done that with the previous Trump administration, and I'm sure we're going to do it also with the incoming administration. President Trump had an amazing role in securing Israel's future by recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's capital, by recognizing our sovereignty over the Golan Heights. And one of the things he did at the end of his administration is that he transferred Israel to the regional responsibility of CENTCOM. That's the Central Command of the United States Army. So what is happening now is that during this conflict that we had in the last 15 months, we've been coordinating with the US Regional Command. And as you've seen, for example, the result was that the skies of the Middle East were secure from the Iranian missile attacks. That's why there is a success here. We are coordinating our security. So there is a political echelon, there is a security echelon that is bringing stability to the region, that is coping with threats, and we hope that on those two building blocks, we're going to have also the economic echelon. So we are looking forward that after this conflict is over, we will reassume the processes to expand the Abraham Accords, to implement initiatives like IMEC, like I2U2. I think that India could have a great role in that, because India is a rising global force. It has a very vibrant economy. Yes. It needs to be connected to Europe, and we can do great things together.